Hello everyone, welcome to another blue-green Enchantress video. I think I'm gonna keep this. It's quite slow because it doesn't have any acceleration, but like I don't want to like this is a win condition. This is win condition. This is like also a key piece, and of course our Gothian Enchantress is also part of the engine. Like this hand would have been a lot better if it had something like Utopia Sprawl or Wild Growth. Anyway, yeah, I'll just show the deck lists while our opponent is doing stuff. Like the main change I made was like I wanted to try out 21 lands because Mana Screw happens quite a lot. So I added the Caracas. Because yeah, like we lost to a Leovold decks I think twice or thrice in the previous league we played. Like I think any of our losses were pretty much against Leovold. And yeah, wait, where's the deck list? Yeah, like I cut one more Candelabra, which may be a bad idea because like the Candelabras really add a lot of mileage, but I often would sideboard them out anyway. So we'll see about that. So let's find out if they are Grixis or Storm. Turns out they are. I'm really happy with this because like turn 1 probe therapy made me kind of think they were some kind of storm deck, which would be harder to deal with for us. Give the therapy our words of wind here. I think I may want to just jam back to basics. Oh, actually no, they have probe, so they will know to take like one of these two cards. Yeah, probably cast whichever of these two they don't therapy away. So we're getting wrecked here. Yeah, this means they don't have a counter spell probably, otherwise they would just counter the back to basics and take the greens as Zenith or something. So yeah, I'm gonna use the Caracas here because the Windswept Heath, like we may want to fetch blue or we may want to fetch black in case we draw a Doomwake Giant. Of course, like we also drew Abundant Growth, so it won't really matter, but yeah, they did have the Force. It's very unlucky. I think now we're quite behind. Like they haven't dealt a lot of damage yet, like up until this turn, but this is 6 damage a turn, so yeah, we die in 2 turns. Zenith is fine. Like if we draw what's he called, Doomwake Giant quickly, we might be able to recover, but like we need to draw him next turn. Like my opponent has too many permanents to try to go for just Abundant Growth, Words of Wind, bounce. Like we'd only be able to bounce like 3 permanents, like once for every green mana. So if he would bounce just these creatures, we just die. I mean, if he would just bounce his lands instead of any creatures. Okay, let's see how this will play out. 1, 2, 3. That does not seem enough. Actually, we can block Young Pyromancer with Okay, I added 2 lands and I drew both of them and then I get flooded. So I guess that's... Therapy does nothing. So here we need to think, is there any use in bouncing the abundant growth? Like we'll be sure to have a draw of our Enchantress Presence and of the abundant growth. But we also lose a mana of Serra's Sanctum. I mean, we'll get it back at some point, right? Yeah, I think I need to go for it. Like, I need to try. Like, even Elephant Grass won't be... Even Elephant Grass won't be enough to stop this attack here. So, he bounced a token, I guess. Okay. Zenith is not enough. I think here I can't afford to bounce. Like, I just need to try to find the Doomwake Giant or something. I don't even think I have enough mana to actually cast the Doomwake Giant anymore. You know, I might as well. I mean, it doesn't do anything anymore. And yeah, we lose. Okay. Like, Cable Therapy did a lot of work here, so I think we want Leyline. I'm not sure if they play enough instants to warrant this. This could be nice against Young Pyromancer, but I don't think it does much else. And like, yeah, these also stop like Angler, and this one also stops Flashback Cable Therapy. But I'm not sure I want to thin my deck this much. So I think I want to keep it simple and just board out. Like, they don't look like a Leovold deck, so keeping in one Oblivion Ring in case I have a Pithing Needle could be fine. I do have a few basics and they don't need a lot of mana, so I think I just cut it like this. Okay, we have protection against discard, and because this also adds a mana for Serra's Sanctum, we can actually go turn 1 Abundant Growth, and then turn 2 Serra's Sanctum will already make 2 mana, and we have 3 mana for Presence. This also means, of course, that we still lose 2 days here, but so I think I want to start by fetching. Like, they don't look like a Stifle deck, because like if they play Therapy, they usually don't play Stifle. But it doesn't hurt to play around it either. And because of Abundant Growth, we will have every possible color anyway. So like we don't need a fetch land to fetch for a Bayou or Tropical anymore, probably. The next turn, if we play Zenith, like if we want anything to get dazed, we want it to be Zenith. But if we want, like, of course, playing Enchantress Presence first, like nets us 1 more mana next turn of Serra's Sanctum, but because we have so much mana already, I think I would just prefer to get the extra draw of casting Enchantress Presence next turn. Yeah, like, if it gets countered like happened now, then of course we want this to be in our hand, and not the Zenith. Let's see, 3 mana, 5 mana. So we could try, like we would waste the Serra Sanctum. But I think I just want to try to play both of these. Oh, actually we don't have enough green mana. Okay, never mind. Like we would only be able to make 3 green mana, not a green and 2 white. So that's so let's see, I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 mana. I guess I play around Spell Pierce by playing out the forest first. Oh, they did have double force. No, force and counterspell. No, actually they had double force and counterspell. And probably like no cable therapy, so this ley line is probably not doing anything. So our opponent is down to 1 card in hand, I mean 2 now. With Preordain he puts both on the bottom. So yeah, he just locked himself into some good top decks there. Because he doesn't play therapy, I think I can safely leave the Elephant Grass in my hand for now. Like this is only 2 damage a turn. I don't want to start paying mana for Elephant Grass yet. I'm really happy he uses the Snapcaster for Preordain, because Snapcaster Counterspell would probably mean like we never manage to get any more Win Console line anymore. Because we would need to top deck, which would take a few turns. And then like he will have more time to top, like he will top deck better because of his cantrips. So yeah, Snapcaster Counterspell is something we have to look out for. I think because I have 2 of them, I'm going to play 1. Like it will keep his mana busy. Like if he wants to attack with for 4 damage, he has to tap all his lands. Jace. And it's also very good that he can't Fate Seal me here. So yeah, playing these Chase means I prevent 4 damage. It's not unreasonable. And I have a lot of mana to pay for this Elephant Grass forever. Let's see, that's 1. Oh yeah, we have 1 mana left here, that's good. He could have forced blue card, but like he already used 2 forces. So it would seem kind of unfair if he had the 3rd one. That's fine with me. I think there's no reason not to pay here. Yes, I want to pay. I think I'm gonna wait 1 more turn. Like he looks like he's keeping open Snapcaster Counterspell or something. So I might as well let him waste his mana. Actually no, because he has Chase. Probably I need to start taking some action. So yeah, I'm not paying for this. So I think Argothian is more important here, so I'm gonna play the Doomwake Giant first. And then like if he counters it, I can play if he counters it, I can still play Argothian. And like I have 2 Doomwakes, so I don't mind wasting one of them. And to do this I will have to play out second Serra Sanctum anyway. So I might as well use as much white mana as possible here. Just to have like Argothian plus Elephant Grass up. Okay. It's very expected. Like our opponent did not... Our opponent took the bait, so at least we get to draw some more cards. Like if you have Serra Sanctum, you also always pay the first Elephant Grass upkeep trigger. Because like if you lose this, this one makes one less mana because you have because you lose an enchantment. So like paying one, you get it back from extra Serra Sanctum mana. I mean, I guess most Enchantress players know this, but maybe somebody would watch this video who never played Enchantress before. Okay, our opponent has 5 cards in hand. So that means they probably have an answer for either Argothian or Doomwake Giant. But also the Leyline of Sanctity is protecting us against things like Marsh Casualties, for example. It's like target opponent's creatures gets -1/-1. One, yes. So I have Abundant Growth, Words of Wind. The question is whether I want to start doing it as soon as possible. I guess I do. I guess it's more annoying for them to deal with than just a Doomwake Giant killing their creatures. Oh, actually I don't have enough mana to play Doomwake Giant and even or activate it. Yeah, because I only have 4 mana left, so I need to upkeep activate it. Yeah, I should not have used a Serra Sanctum. I should have counted my mana before, then like not use Serra Sanctum because we don't need, and then I could have at least cast Doomwake Giant for one more draw trigger. Okay, that's probably a mistake. It looks like they don't play green, so they don't play Abrupt Decay. Most likely. I think I need to play Doomwake Giant first, because otherwise, if they bounce like the tokens, like he can't attack with his tokens due to Elephant Grass. So I don't want him to start bouncing tokens with Words of Wind, because that's the same as doing nothing. He doesn't play Wasteland or Stifle, so I'm just getting a Bayou to get more options with my black mana. I mean, more options with this land, like I can use this for the black for Doomwake, then like this makes whatever I need at the moment. Okay, how does Utopia Sprawl change the... So I need to play Doomwake Giant first. Not use Words of Wind. Because like otherwise it just... Because otherwise he sees it coming and it just bounces his tokens. He might still have Counterspell up though. That would be kind of annoying. Okay, he has Force Snapcaster. I guess I should have... I guess I should have played Doomwake last turn. So here, let's see, we play Sprawl on this one, we pay 1 to bounce Abundant Growth. So Utopia Sprawl target Forest. Then float the mana. I bounce the abundant growth. Yeah, they're just bouncing a token. So I'm not really reaching a lot here, but ooh, Candelabra, which is like one turn too late, I think. I'm not gonna play out Candelabra yet, because like they may have things like Call Against Command. Like because of Leyline they don't have targets yet, like they can't deal 2 damage or make me discard. But by playing Candelabra they might like return Snapcaster and kill my Candelabra. So I'm gonna play around that as long as possible. So I think I just activate it once more for the draw trigger. And I bounce the Abundant Growth. Like, this would be weak to Cable Therapy, but because we have Leyline, I'm not afraid of that. Like, because otherwise they would know that I have Abundant Growth in my hand, and they would be able to deal with it. So I think Candelabra plus Abundant Growth plus 1 draw effect is infinite, right? Yeah, like I get 2 draw triggers, and with one I return Candelabra, with the other one I return Abundant Growth again. Like, I need to figure out how this works, but I think it should work. Of course, he might keep open Snapcaster Counterspell at some point. Like if he's not attacking, if he's not tapping out, well, that's actually 5 damage. So next turn I die. So actually next turn he can pay, like if he makes a land drop, which he should, he can pay for 4 creatures. I can block 1, so that's 1, 2, 3, 4. No, actually I'm not dead yet. But do I need the mana for a bun? Like, do I need the mana for my tricks? Let's see. I think I have plenty of mana, so I think I'm just gonna pay for it. Like, I should probably take some time to count it out, but I didn't feel like it. So I start with Candelabra. I untap Utopia Sprawl Land and Serra Sanctum. Now I'm gonna need as much green mana as possible for Abundant Growth. So I'm gonna use all the white mana to bounce stuff. Let's see, Abundant Growth on, I don't know, whatever. Okay, so I bounce the Candelabra with this. Then I wait with activating this again until this has entered the battlefield. So like now we have 1 more enchantment, this makes 1 more mana. And I do it like this. Okay. We bounce the Abundant Growth again. Sorry for the cough. Candelabra. Tap these 2. Okay. Probably gonna lose a lot of time here, so I'm not gonna talk through all of it, because I really need to start taking care of my clock. Oh crap! I forgot to activate it again, did I? No, I did not. Return abundant growth. Okay, for a moment I thought I forgot to activate it. Float mana. Opponent is not conceding because they think they can probably time me out. Like there's no reason why I should be playing otherwise. Actually, I forgot to bounce my Candelabra at some point. So I'm gonna activate it. I really need to find the Emrakul here, which is taking forever. Let's get an extra draw, just to try to save some time. Nope. Our opponent does not want to concede. It's probably smart, because like we're never gonna win 2 more games in this amount of time. Actually, I don't think I want to do that yet. I think I need to get more draw triggers ASAP. It was the 4th last card. That took like 10 minutes to combo, I think. Yeah. Okay, that's problematic. We need to win as quickly as possible here. I think back to basic slows down the game for me as well. So I probably want to cut down the draw. Probably greens and zenith. No, actually maybe Banishing Light against the Jace, because it did buy him a lot of time. Yeah. Okay, have to mulligan this, no green mana. It's really a pity, like, we're definitely able to win this game if we would have more time. Like in a paper tournament. In a paper tournament we probably win this, because like our turn takes a long time. But like you get 5 extra turns, so it doesn't matter if your turn takes 10 actual minutes. So I'm also gonna try to talk as little as possible here, just because I need, yeah, it always wastes like a short time of my clock. Okay, opponent counters this because they know we have like all of their sanctums that don't make mana here. This is good enough. If it resolves. This is good. He already used 2 Force of Will, so we just gotta try to attack him with Doomwake and try to kill him just with 4 damage a turn. He's keeping open like something like a counter spell, which sucks. So I think I'm gonna pay for 1 more turn to make him waste his time. Oh, maybe it just he has click. Okay. I have got enough cards to discard here. Let's make some more mana. I put it on black to play around Wasteland. Hope this is not a chase, because that will really wreck our Doomwake Giant attacking plan. Like, he'll just be able to bounce it all the time. Let's see, do I have mana for this? I think I do, with my second Sanctum. Protect us against Diabolic Edict. Like, we can just sacrifice our Gothian and try to attack him with Doomwake Giant. If we can kill our Doomwake somehow, we probably lose this game. Like, we're never gonna get to Emrakul mana in two turns. Okay, the Ley Line of Sanctity should probably do it here for us, I hope. Like, protect us against anything he can do to win. Now all we need is to not have this Jace bounced in the next 2 turns. Like, this should protect us from anything that's not Toxic Deluge, like as a type of removal. Still gonna cast the Wild Growths because it's a ramp spell. We may need to cast Emrakul if anything happens to our Doomwake Giant. Let's see who's there. Emrakul. You should be able to cast him here. Okay. Opponent concedes. And we had like 1 minute on the clock. That's phew. That was a crazy game. Like we won both by non-comboing, like just Doomwake beats. Like Emrakul wasn't really necessary, and we won by comboing and by Doomwake hardcast Emrakul, and by like spending 10 minutes for a turn. Our opponent was probably really pissed now that they wasted 10 minutes of their life not conceding to try and make us time out. Ooh, Chancellor. Yeah, like my original plan was Utopia Sprawl into turn 2 Enchantress or Oblivion Ring. But I guess that's not gonna... Yeah, like if he has a turn 1 Griselbrand, I may not want to show him what deck I'm on. Like anything that we're not gonna be able to beat here. Actually, Chancellor, if he does have a reanimation spell for Chancellor, yeah, I think we can theoretically beat Chancellor if he still has like the Exhume or something. I mean, we still have Banishing Light. I mean, the Banishing Light is gonna be very expensive here. At least my opponent has nothing else going on. So our first spell is gonna be 2 more expensive, and the next one. So I think I just throw the Abundant Growth under the bus here. Because otherwise this is gonna cost 3, and now this is only gonna cost 2. Because we already... So we already got rid of the opening hand trigger, and now we only have to pay for the being in hand trigger. Which means we can Banishing Light this. I think... My computer is lagging. Like, if it doesn't draw anything, then we can like replay this on white. And next turn we can pay 4 for the Banishing Light. Unless if he has like a Thoughtseize this turn. Zero Sanctum. That's a good land. I'm playing out Zero Sanctum here, because these kind of decks sometimes play Sire of Insanity, so I want to put as many things into play that I want to have later on. Like, he doesn't have Wastelands, so right now it's only worth 1 mana, but like in case we ever get himmed or anything else happens to our hand, then at least we'll have something better in play for the long game. I think I play Elfin Cross here just for the draw triggers. And we pay because you have Zero Sanctum. Okay, I think here I'm gonna try to just bounce a bunch of stuff in the, like, bounce his petals and his lands. Or I can actually first Oblivion Ring his petal, seems better. And then next turn I have the Infinite with Emrakul. Or do I just bounce it? I guess I can make him bounce 2 permanents. Yeah, I guess I'll make him bounce. Opponent sees what's coming and concedes. So we want Graveyard Hate. Probably want Leyline against Thoughtseizes. Humility might be okay. I don't think I want Rex Sage. Like, Rex Sage is okay against like Animate Dead, maybe Pithing Needle, but like an extra Oblivion Ring seems better. And let's see, they may play Reverent Silence, but I don't think so. And this, I think they only have Entomb and Dark Rituals as instants, because all the reanimation spells are sorceries. So I think that's not worth it as well. So Back to Basics is not good, not really good. Doomwake Giant is okay, but let's shave a Zenith. You can probably get the mana here, because they don't play Wastelands and stuff. Guess what, 1 Doomwake is enough. Because he doesn't play small creatures. What else? Yeah, maybe cut some of our draw engine. It's more about hate cards here than... Elephant Grass is okay, but it's not the best. Like, it stops Grizzlebrand and Sire of Insanity. But I think having 3 is probably fine. Because if they already have Grizzlebrand, they're probably gonna win anyway, yeah. So I get 1 more of these. Maybe because they draw a lot of cards and then they get Iona on green or something and we lose. This hand is... like, against a fair deck it's fine. So it's very bad against Chancellor Trigger and it doesn't have anything to stop his combo. I think I'm still gonna keep. False sees me, okay. Oh, he thought seizes himself. Gets into play, Grizzlebrand. And next turn animate dead. Like we would never have been able to stop this anyway. Like with Chancellor protection, there is nothing we can play to prevent this happening turn 2. I mean, I'm not gonna concede because our opponent might still break, but I'm playing this now in case he would get a Chancellor online, then we would not be able to play Utopia Sprawl next turn. It may be a waste. It may be a waste of a spell, but because like next turn, Utopia Sprawl, we're not gonna have anything to follow up Utopia Sprawl anyway, so. Like Surgical Extraction would have been the only card here that could have saved us, but Surgical is not in our deck. Or like Fairy Macabre, like anything you can play through a Chancellor with mana open. Okay, if they ever get Tidespout Tyrant or Sire of Insanity in play, we also just straight out lose the game. So I guess a Savannah. Maybe, like Humility would be our only out, but oh, actually, what the hell am I doing? I could have played Argothian as well this turn. I was so focused on the Chancellor trigger, but we already got rid of the Chancellor trigger. It's stupid. Like, it won't really matter because we will lose the game, but it might have gotten us one extra card at some point. Yeah, but I mean, he's gonna draw 7 more cards, and there will be something to reanimate one of these dudes, and if he has another spell to cast, I'm just gonna concede here. Maybe Elephant Grass would have been fine. Like our opponent would have had slightly less chance to do all of this stuff here. He has animated and Lotus Petal, so I think I'm preferring Aura of Silence over Reclamation Sage. Let's see, Elephant Grass. Let's see, cut home our Enchantress presence. And like only Thoughtseize is good against us, not the... maybe I cut the Ley Lines. No, well I cut 2 of them. It's like the Collective Brutality does nothing against us, so it's only Thoughtseize that's really annoying. This hand is good. It's not so good against the Chancellor, but like if he has it for the third time, that would be statistically improbable. And we have Banishing Light, like it proved in the last game that it has the potential of really being good. So we start with Utopia Sprawl on... I'm still gonna name white, like this deck really likes its green mana. But in case like something happens to our Abundant Growth, like if we would put this on green, opponent thought seizes us and takes Abundant Growth, we wouldn't have been able to cast the Banishing Light ever. Thought seize target me, okay. At least he's not putting things in his graveyard, that's most important. Another Oblivion Ring effect. I don't know, I guess that's... That protects us at least against one more Thoughtseize. So anything that's not Sire of Insanity or Grizzlebrand, we can deal with here. And Doom for, I don't know, Iona or Grizzlebrand. Actually, Sire of Insanity wouldn't be very bad here for him either. Yeah, if we had not been Thoughtseized, we would have drawn like 2 more cards by now. Animate Dead, sure. Yeah, these kind of matchups are really difficult, I think. Let's get some more colored mana out here. So now I have to think about whether Oblivion Ring on Animate Dead or Grizzlebrand is the best option. Like, I'm not entirely sure. Thoughtseize target me. Okay, hope they don't have double Thoughtseize. So if I take the Grizzlebrand, Animate Dead is gone, and if they destroy the Oblivion Ring, Grizzlebrand will come back. If I put it on Animate Dead, they can have another reanimation spell for Grizzlebrand. So I think I need to take Grizzlebrand. Whoa. What the hell happened there? Okay, I asked our opponent what was going on there. Actually, Rest in Peace could have been nice. It would probably have been too slow. I'm just gonna take a short toilet break because the previous game really stressed. It was very intense. Like the one where we had like the 57 seconds left. Okay, on to the last round. No, not last round, I mean the third round. That was a slightly longer break than expected. So I hope you just forward this when you watch it. Just skip the part where I'm not there. Okay, we found an opponent. Let's go to the match against FedEx. This does not have a ramp spell, but like Elfengrass is good, and I mean any of these cards are good. So I hope we just have to hope our opponent does not, I don't know, like do something combo us out on turn 1 or 2. Looks like could be a miracles. So I'm gonna play Misty Rain first, just so they don't know what they're up against. If I play Forest, I may look like Elves or something, but in general, like Elves would have a turn 1 play anyway, so... And if they're really miracles... Ooh, Standstill, okay. It means they probably do play Wasteland, so I'm probably gonna fetch a basic Forest. Also means I think Standstill decks don't play Daze because they need a lot of mana for their stuff. So, I mean, they're probably gonna force my Argothian, but that's better than them untapping and having a spell snare. So I just jam it into the... Ooh, it resolved. Yeah, decks like these we should be able to eat alive, I think. And they even have to discard. Path to Exile, not such a good card, is it? And unless they have something like a Notion Thief in their deck. Spell Pierce, sure. That's funny. Yeah, I'm just gonna jam stuff into their counter spells. That's no reason to play around it. Because our stuff already cantrips, so we're still 2 for 1-ing them. Actually, this may be Snapcaster Spell Pierce. So I think I'm gonna start with a Wild Growth here. it lets us play one more spell. Like it will also let us play the Elfin Grass, even if he counter spell. Okay. Guess I do want white because I already have blue. Like I have every color, but then I have every color double if you count the abundant growth. Chase, Mentor, Humility. Ooh, Supreme Verdict. That's nasty. So, let's see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That means Enchantress Presence. I think I can afford to wait with playing anything else, like with playing my land until any of this resolved. Okay. I think I want to play my Words of Wind around Spell Pierce. So I'm gonna start with my Argothian here. And I'm playing out the Savannah because that's the land. If I want to be wastelanded, I want it to be the Savannah because we already have Utopia Sprawl on white. What's this? It's like a 4 mana spell. Oh, Jace. Oh, I thought it was in our end step. Yeah, Jace does nothing here. Might find him a counter spell, but another standstill, sure. I don't have Serra Sanctum yet, but I think I'm just gonna pay for this once. Because I don't have a lot of mana problems. And I already have, oh, Serra Sanctum. Okay, exactly what I wanted. So, Words of Wind, Abundant Growth combo in hand. I think I start with Oblivion Ring though. Just like if they have a force, they're probably gonna force the Oblivion Ring on Chase. Because I don't want them to counter the Words of Wind or the Abundant Growth. Like we can still bounce the Chase with our with our Words of Wind. Okay, so which order do I play this? I need 2 green, so I can't cast Words of Wind with this mana. Like I need to cast either of these before I play the Words of Wind. I guess I can start with playing the Wild Growth, because it adds like 1 more mana with Serra Sanctum. And same for this one. I'm just gonna have as much mana as possible before I start trying to combo. Ooh, back to basics would actually not be bad here either. Like he would untap with only 2 mana up. But then again, like we could also just untap and win, so maybe that's better than doing anything cute. Now we need, oh yeah, opponents conceded. They probably saw it coming. So glad to see they're not trying to waste our time. So I think, because like against this control deck that probably plays both Snapcaster and a lot of instants. Like if you play standstill, you should play a lot of instants because you want to do stuff in your opponent's turn after they crack the standstill. So in the Eye of Chaos might be worth it. And Oblivion Ring, not sure because Chase is not a huge problem here. Like, these have some merit against like Snapcaster stuff, or because they only have Snapcaster, like they don't have Deathrite or Angler probably, so I don't think Rest in Peace is good. And Gadoctique stops Chase, which is like not really annoying, or Force of Will. So yeah, basically whatever. These are 4 that I probably want. Maybe back to basics is not great here. Probably elephant grass. The same. Probably just gonna be attacking with Mishra's factories. Actually, I guess Mishra's factory and stuff back to basics is better and more permanent. Yeah, I think this is a easy clean swap. Ooh, this hand is bad. I mean, the mana in this hand is especially bad. I can't afford to mulligan this anymore. Like, we're on the draw, so we get to scry and see one more card afterwards. And just hope to find something. Like you may have seen, like in the previous video, if you start mulliganing too far, then like going to 5 would have been probably even worse. Like at least we have mana to do stuff as soon as we draw stuff, and I think that qualifies as drawing stuff. Come on. Did I keep open counterspell? I think this Argothian is risky, but okay, they're going for the standstill. I'll happily jam my Argothian into them having to top deck exactly Force of Will or Force of Will blue card or something. Like, there's no way to play around Force of Will. I think I want to make it blue here. I think Words of Wind is more important than Doomwake Giant in this matchup. It's like this deck needs a lot of mana to operate, like our opponent's deck. So like, if they only can have like, ooh, that's especially good. So first I'm gonna bait any Force of Wills. So I think I start with Enchantress Presence. Just to get more draws. Like, if they have a Force or a counter spell, they should counter this. They did not. So let's see, this adds 3 mana, this will add 4 mana if this resolves. 4 mana, I can play it on the Abundant Growth, but that's weak to Wasteland. Like, but if I do this, I can play Words of Wind this turn. I think I want to do that. Oh, disenchant, sure. Okay, we got double Words of Wind. Oh, crap, it doesn't work like that, does it? Okay. That sucks. Then I should definitely not have put it on Abundant Growth. Yeah, of course, it's not like Utopia's Sprawl where it actually adds the mana. It just makes it into forests that makes only go like into an island. Okay, they did have the wasteland. Okay, now we got really punished for this mistake here. Well, at least we still got the blue here. So they're counterspelling the Words of Wind. Clearly want to go after our win conditions instead of after our draw engine. Although of course they do have what's it called, Supreme Verdict, so maybe they don't really care about Ooh, Ground Seal seems good. But I think before I start bouncing stuff, maybe I want to... Do I want to Doomwake Giant? Like Doomwake Giant also kind of takes a force out of their hand. I think if they're going after our win cons, they will definitely take the... do something to the Doomwake Giant, right? I think I want to play this just as a bait spell. At least it will occupy their Jaces, if nothing else. So we do have a white mana now. I think I probably just want to name green here. Like we have enough fetch lands and other colored sources for stuff. And if they tap out for Supreme Verdict, I think I start with jamming back to basics. Discard. They may have Surgical, so I think it's risky taking discarding Emrakul. I think I just discard the Windswept Heath, yeah. Because I can't discard Savannah because this can't fetch white anymore. Because we only have one Savannah. Okay, Supreme Verdict, sure. So I want to start with see, I need to keep the blue open as much as possible, so I start with actually I already have 2 Argothians in my graveyard, so if they have Surgical, I kind of lose this Zenith here. I could also just Ground Seal to play around Surgical. Do I think I don't play around Surgical here. Oh. I pay X is 2. At least they're not surgicaling our Words of Wind then, if that would happen. So I can play back to basics. Ooh, double force. That's rough. And then I guess I follow it up with a Ground Seal. At least they won't be able to force anything else anymore, right? I mean, they already used 2 forces and a counter spell. They're probably not so big on counters anymore. Gideon, I don't really care. It just makes dudes do nothing against my deck. So I'm going to start with these for Words of Wind. Did I play a land this turn? Not yet, okay. Then I guess I can afford to sprawl. I don't know, maybe I sprawl this first, then I bounce this Wild Growth and I replay it on this Serra Sanctum. Then I start moving them back to another land. So bounce the Wild Growth. Actually, I can't. If I pay here, I actually can't use this extra mana anymore. Maybe that was a mistake. So I'm gonna start with. I guess I could see. No, I'm probably just going for the Enchantress Presence. Paying 1 to bounce something. Bouncing. Probably a Wild Growth, because that's going to be easiest to cast. I'm probably keeping open enough mana just for Banishing Light on Gideon. Right, yeah. I think I'm just gonna draw these cards just to kill the Gideon. Okay, and we win the game. Yeah, like we actually have the infinite combo in hand now, so... And round 4. Black Metal 666. Yes, I would like to play first. No, this hand is too tricky. Like, very weak to Wasteland, and I can't actually cast our UG Enchantress yet, because I won't be able to play turn 1 something. And again, like, these kind of hands you really don't want to keep, but I think I can't afford to mulligan them either. I think this guy is on some kind of control deck. I think it's like on check pile, so that's going to be really difficult for us to deal with. Sometimes he also plays aggro loam, I think. Thoughts is me, please. Yes. Ooh, yes, that's great. Always good to see opponents deal damage to themselves. I don't think he's on a stifle deck, but there is no reason to not play around it. Because I don't want to play any of my other lands into a wasteland, because I really want to stick this turn 3 Enchantress. Ooh, okay, that's bad. Now we're with duress. That's not being played in. Oh, he's like on what's it called? Like Dark Depths, of course. I could play this out now to make my Serra Sanctum better and to play around another discard spell. I think I rather want to have it. For when I draw an Enchantress. So here, if he has crop rotation, like he crop rotations this away, he has Dark Depths, pay 2 mana, tap. Yeah, like we lose the crop rotation here. I think I have to play Elephant Grass to play around that. And like we still lose to an Abrupt Decay, but at least now we lose to crop rotation plus Abrupt Decay. So it's like a 2-card combination instead of just like him having a single card. And we're gonna start playing this out as soon as our Elephant Grass is really gonna tax us a lot. Just because like it adds 2 more mana, like 1 on the forest and 1 more with Serra Sanctum. But I want to keep it in my hand as long as possible. Please don't discard me. Oh, his Spirit Guide, sure. If your Dark Deck's opponent is trying to kill you with 2/2s, I think you're in a good spot. So, yes. I guess I do play out the Abundant Growth here. Just like to get the extra draw trigger. It would be better if we had an Enchantress in play, of course, but this will dig us closer to the actual Enchantress. So, let's see here. We have 1, 2, 3, 4. I think we have enough mana to play Zenith. Actually, with Candelabra I cannot untap. I think I need to Candelabra here. Let's see, so Candelabra untap this guy. I guess we can untap that one as well to make more. That means we can use this Utopia Sprawl to enchant the untapped basic forest, and then like we can still use it for mana this turn. So like this way, if we draw like a 1 or 2 mana spell, we still get to cast it. We do not. So, oh, I don't have Words of Wind yet, otherwise I would definitely want to start bouncing stuff. So basically all we need to win here is Words of Wind. Pithing Needle naming Candelabra, I guess, because like that's the only thing they've seen. Or Helm of Obedience if they don't know what which version we are playing. Crop rotation to, I don't know, Dark Depths probably. Oh, Ghost Quarter, sure. Yeah, maybe I should have split them over different lands. I was actually thinking about Ghost Quarter earlier, but I kind of forgot that I shouldn't have enchanted the same lands twice. This is good, yes. And I'm not gonna play out my second Sanctum yet. Like I could have played around this by playing the Sanctum first and using the extra mana for Enchantress Presence. Then I would have like 1 more green mana to play Utopia Sprawl, but I think that's kind of loose. Like, because I think like the second Serra Sanctum might get us quite far. Oh, okay, now we do get punished. Yeah, we get especially punished here because of not drawing like another enchantment spell. And at some point we're not going to be able to pay for this anymore. Let's see, we make 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 mana. Okay, we can pay this up to 6, but okay, this is good. They do not play Wasteland. Probably they don't play a second Ghost Quarter either, but I think I'm just gonna play it like this anyway. Ooh, Words of Wind. And Emrakul, okay. So, if I play Serra Sanctum, it makes 1, 2, 3 mana, we have 4 mana. We can't actually start bouncing stuff yet. And they might have a second Pithing Needle, but then again I also don't want to be weak to... I don't want to be weak to Thoughtseize. I think they play more discards than Pithing Needles, so I think I'm just gonna think I'm just gonna have to jam the Words of Wind and hope like he doesn't have Pithing Needle for this, because then we're kind of screwed. I mean, we can still try to just hardcast Emrakul, but or like find Oblivion Ring. That would be okay too. Opponent concedes. Yay. Leyline, yes. Humility, maybe. I'm not sure actually. Like, it does stop the Dark Depths guy, but I think it's not really a big problem. Rex Sage, probably. They do play a lot of instants, right? Not just crop rotation and stuff. Like, these may have some consideration. Ground Seal, Rest in Peace. Nah, I don't think these do a whole lot. Back to basics. I'm not entirely sure. I probably want to cut at least one. And we can probably cut a land here as well, because they don't play Wastelands. Probably I cut. No, probably don't want Humility. This is like okay against Sylvan Library or like or against like Pithing Needles. I can see cutting a Zenith, and I guess like 2 Oblivion Ring effects could be enough. Like, because we also have Reclamation Sage, so like we have actually three things to kill the Pithing Needle. This hand is kind of weak against a quick Merit Lage. But like we've got this to cantrip. Oh yeah, like if it duresses and takes the Abundant Growth. That sucks. It takes the Zenith. That's fine enough, I think. That's a good draw. But yeah, next turn he can make a token, possibly. I'm gonna play Tropical Island here just because I don't want my Serra Sanctum to get Ghost Quartered. Okay, yeah, so here end of turn he makes a token, so we need to have exactly Elephant Grass. Let's try it. Have an extra draw for it. Elephant Grass, top deck. Ooh, okay. At least this forces them to have also Abrupt Decay. Like, they could easily have Abrupt Decay here, like make a token. They have 4 cards in hand, so if they keep it against us, ooh, they're not going for it yet. So Serra Sanctum makes 2. If we play Utopia Sprawl, oh no, I should put it on the other one to avoid getting Ghost Quartered again. Crap. Okay. Yeah, looks like he's gonna crop rotation for Ghost Quarter here. I kind of ran into that, I think. And if he Ghost Quarters it, of course I tap Serra Sanctum in response to get at least 1 more white mana. Use Ghost Quarter's ability, yes. Get myself a forest. Draw another card. Ooh, that's not the worst. Let's see. Play Candelabra. Untap these two lands. Actually, no, that doesn't make a difference. I thought I could have ended up making two green mana. Like have a green floating for the Utopia Sprawl. Yeah, they can't Abrupt Decay this turn. Like they can make a token and untap and play Abrupt Decay. But playing out Oblivion Ring on their Lotus Petal doesn't change anything about this situation. So I don't think there is a reason to play around it. We might still want the Oblivion Ring for something else later. So I think we just have to hope we don't die here. But I'm assuming they don't play four decays in their deck anyway, maybe 2, at most 3. Hex Mage, sure. So I'm gonna play out Oblivion Ring. Actually, you can exile it in response to the trigger, sure. But I think forcing him to make the token is maybe not the worst. Or I could try to go for Doomwake Giant. And then like in response he has to crack this. So you have 2 mana, 3 mana, go back to 1, 3 mana, 2 mana, 4 mana, 5. So I have 5 mana. So I cannot play both of these. I can either just go for Doomwake Giant or Oblivion Ring and try to force him into doing something. I think I play Enchantress Presence first. Because I could draw into a second Elephant Grass and still play it, and that would of course be better against something like Abrupt Decay. So if I play this now, I get 1. I cannot have 1 land, and that's that one. I think I probably just want to tap them here already. So Enchantress Presence. Oh, I already have my Tropical Island, so I can't actually cast this. That's annoying. I mean, I'm probably casting the Oblivion Ring anyway. Right. Ooh. Drew the second Elephant Grass, got rewarded. He's letting us have it. Yeah, I doubt this deck can beat a double grass. Pay 3 to prevent. Let's see how much does Terra Sanctum make. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3. I guess I can pay with all the green manas and then use Candelabra to untap all of them again. So I'm gonna First Wild Growth the Serra Sanctum to get more mana with our Candelabra. Then I'm gonna untap 1, 2. I mean, there's no reason not to untap everything, right? It gives us more options. We don't need all this white mana anyway. Then, no, I start with Words of Wind. I already have an Abundant Growth somewhere. No, I don't. What happened to the Abundant Growth? Oh yeah, it got killed by the Ghost Quarter, I think. Or was that previous game? Yeah, got destroyed by the Ghost Quarter. Is there any reason to bouncing stuff already? Yeah, I think I could. Okay, opponent concedes, and we are 4-0. And this deck is really good. It turns out. I think I'm probably gonna buy 2 Candelabras to start with. Like maybe the deck needs the full 3, but yeah, like my wallet probably can only afford 2 of these. Like if we lose the next game, I'm probably gonna, yeah, I'm probably gonna offer my opponent to split, because like making the 5-0 and getting the deck list published is, yeah, that's gonna be really good for the deck, like for getting more attention, getting more people to play it, and like if you make 4-1, nobody's ever gonna know, and if you make 5-0, people all over the world might see your deck list and think like, oh, I want to try playing this, and the more people who that play a deck, the better developed it gets. Like it gets more streamlining, and yeah, like maybe like a few sideboard cards get changed to find like the more more perfect configuration, and then like yeah, like if only 2 or 3 people are playing this, like it's very unlikely to ever become as good as it could possibly get. So we're 8-2 with this in this league in games. Versus Muller. Would like to play first? Yes. Oops. Lost my mouse. Let's see. Is this hand good? I guess I can't afford to mulligan it. Like it does have a basic turn 1. And then like I can try to play a UG Enchantress. Okay, our opponent is also 4-0. So yeah, they're definitely not gonna concede for prizes. At least we can split the prize support. Let's see. At least everybody gets something nice. Let's see, that's... Okay. If this is Infect, they were in a bad spot. If it's like Banned, Deathblade or something, like with... Well, actually they could have Leovold. Like if it's just True Name, it's fine. Because we have like Doomix Giants and Elfin Grass and stuff. But if it's Leovold, then we're probably screwed. And also we're screwed because we're not getting a third mana here. Okay, let's see, 4 damage, that's not a problem here. Opponent is big on creatures here. And we are big on not drawing a third mana. This Doomake Giant could be really good, but unfortunately he's gonna get a Sword of Fire and Ice on this guy. And then he's gonna get really out of hand. This is gonna be like 7 damage and drawing a card, so next turn we are dead with Deathright Shaman. Oh, actually, I even forgot. Yeah, like this is not gonna draw me anything, but whatever. Might as well look what we would have been getting otherwise. Yeah, I mean, I might just concede this. Like I'm not winning, and saving time is real in this deck. See, do they? I think Rex Sage might be okay. I think they are more likely to play things like Meddling Mage, so we may want Oblivion Ring for that. This might also kill Pithing Needles, but Oblivion Ring we definitely want against Meddling Mage or Leovold. I'm not sure if they play enough instants to warrant this. Engineered play could be okay, just like to slow them down. Back to basics could be fine because they have like a greedy mana base. But probably don't want Rake Sage. Probably don't want Aura of Silence because Oblivion Ring was fine. That means we get a back to basics. And I know, I guess Green Sun's in it. Like to play first, yes. This is a clear mulligan, like no mana to do anything. This is slightly better. Like if this had been an wild growth or something, we would have been able to turn to Enchantress. So that's kind of unfortunate. And because we only have a fetch land, we are not gonna have any use out of our Scry. Because I don't want to abundant growth my Bayou, obviously, because of Wasteland. This is actually a card that I do want, so maybe I do not play turn 1 abundant growth. Like all this does is draw me random cards by playing it out first. Well, if I don't want to draw a random card, I actually want to draw the Utopia Sprawl. So yeah, our opponent F16 our turn, but apparently it got registered a bit too slow, and they actually F6 their own turn. That's nasty. I mean, I've had it happen as well. Like you just go through your own turn by accident. Like if they don't wasteland us, which I probably don't do if they're behind, I probably want to keep this abundant growth for more Enchantress Presence draws. But that would also mean we would need to draw a third land. So by playing it now, I'm actually more likely to draw more lands. I think I'm just gonna play it out here. Maybe risky, but no, actually we were not gonna draw another land, so it's probably correct. Like if the next card is a land, at least we get to play Presence around the days. Noble Hierarch. So we do not get to play around days. But I think I'm gonna play the Utopia Sprawl here. Just so like if this gets countered, at least next turn we can play around the days. And if we get wasted, we'll still have 3 mana. Like I'm losing out on some draws, but like I also have a lot of very expensive cards, so I probably want to be getting as much mana available as... Oh yeah, we did get wastelanded. This was indeed the correct play. I probably want to establish Enchantress Presence first to get more draw triggers. Like I could see Words of Wind and already trying to bounce their few permanents. I'm not sure that's worth it. So I think drawing more cards now is fine. Oh, we found a Caracas. It's gonna be really good if they ever find a Leovold. I mean, not really good, because they get to draw extra cards. But them drawing like an extra card is better than us not drawing two cards here. Serra's Sanctum. Is this a good card? Yes or no? 3 mana. I think I want to keep some amount of... I think I want to keep as much green open as possible. So I play it like this. And then I can play Wild Growth here, like bounce the Abundant Growth. I think I don't need the third Enchantress here. I think I just want to start bouncing stuff. Yes, I want to bounce something. I think I also bounce Utopia Sprawl, because it makes more mana on the Savannah. Return permanent. I think I'm just going to start with bouncing the Utopia Sprawls, because I can replay them. I replay the Utopia Sprawl, it nets me a mana. I mean, the mana I spent for bouncing it gets replaced at least. I think I can afford to draw one card here. I played the Serra's Sanctum this turn, right? Let's see, yeah, I played it this turn, so I don't have a land drop anymore. So I go for Abundant Growth. This one, I spend my white mana to bounce something. What do I bounce? I guess the Wild Growth again. I can move it back to a basic. And I still want to play the Elephant Grass, because otherwise they can equip the sword and attack. Actually, if I bounce something, they can't either. So yeah, I think that's what I want to do. Bouncing this Utopia Sprawl again to make it safe from getting wastelanded. Yeah, and they should never have, yeah, unless they have like Pithing Needle in their hand, I think we just won this game. Yeah, opponent concedes. Let's see, on the draw, back to basics is worse. But yeah, I think I can just go for it again. The question is, do I prefer having one more Enchantress or one more like Prison Effect? Maybe I would have wanted the Green Sun Zenith. That's reasonable. So this game is for all the marbles, like the like we have the like this hand does not have an Enchantress, so it's not great. But because it has like it, as soon as we draw a Abundant Growth, actually these two cards make them like make him bounce infinitely. So and we have an answer to potential Leovold as well. I think I want to fetch Savannah here and Oblivion Ring the Sylvan Library. Because like this is just gonna find him anything he needs to disrupt us. So we can start with... Ooh, actually this loses a mana, right? Crap. I thought this would be mana neutral, but it's not. So he does get one additional... Okay, that's a big misplay. Like, if he draws, he can easily draw like 2 extra cards here, like the life total doesn't matter. Sure. I think I still want, like, as long as we still have white mana, I probably want to start still with Banishing Light. Like, it's a card he knows about. And yeah, like it will draw him closer to something like a Leovold, for example. So like he could easily Leovold us out of the game here. I mean, Words of Wind is kind of okay against Leovold, I guess. Ooh, true name, that's Jace? Jace is fine. Okay. Let's see, X is 1, yes. On top. Yeah, he could have Force of Will, I suppose. Question is, do I want to leave the blue floating in case I draw like a Serra Sanctum? I think I do. Yeah, I guess it was kind of likely for him to draw the Force of Will once he had Chase and Library online. So now I think we just need to ramp into Natural Emrakul or something. Abrupt Decay Candelabra. Okay, I guess that's not very likely to happen anymore. Yeah, I think if we had O-ringed the library, I feel like we could have won the game. Like the turn before. I guess I just want to start slowing him down a little bit. It's not great here, but yeah, whatever. Oh yeah, also we don't have black mana yet for Doomwake Giant. So as soon as we find a fetch land, I think we need to go for black. I guess I do want this. I do want it on a basic. Do I want to draw or do I want to bounce? I think I want to bounce. See, there's nothing I'm gonna be able to do with this mana anyways. I might just bounce and then hope it does not get Thoughtseize or something. Okay, that works. He cannot attack with tapping Death Rights. I think he doesn't know. Maybe we should have Rex Sage in, or like Aura of Silence, just like to stop more of that kind of stuff from going on. Middling Mage? No. Leovold. Okay. Fair enough. Pay 2, I guess. So we need to end of turn bounce the Leovold. Okay, it does not matter. Oh, we were so close to 5-0ing this league. Maybe like this. Maybe he wouldn't have had this chase like without the Silver Library or something. So I think the misplay really. Yeah, like we can't draw out of this. So GG. Let's see what we would have drawn. Draw cards. Enchantress presence, yeah, that wouldn't have made a difference. But let's see, I think I have 2 more hours, so I might be able to record 1 more video. I'll see if I'll see if I can make it work. Okay. See you for the next video.